What is your opinion on credit cards and how has it impacted your life?
Credit cards are tricky. They're dangerous if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. You need to keep real close tabs. When I was younger, in my 20s and 30s, I got into a lot of trouble with the credit cards. I was $10,000 in debt at one point because what the companies do is raise your limit without telling you. And so everything, they let you charge and charge and charge and charge, and all of a sudden you owe $5,000 instead of your maximum that you started with, which is usually about $800. And it gets out of control. So I stopped. I canceled all my credit cards. And I usually use cash now. Unfortunately, your generation needs to build up their credit score. So you have to have credit scores to buy a house or, to get a mortgage or anything like that. So I would recommend any credit card that you do get, you pay off every single month and keep tabs, keep a record of what you're spending so you don't go past your limit. It was really hard to pay that debt off, and it's not a good feeling. But I also, without having a credit card, I couldn't have purchased a home. You need to have a credit score to get a mortgage. So it's kind of a catch-22. You need to have them, but you gotta be very, very careful with them and keep track. Make sure they're paid off every month. Don't pay minimum payment and pay all that interest. Very high interest on a credit card. So, just be careful and keep it low. Only have 1 or 2 credit cards. And that would be my advice at this point. But my credit's already established, so I can pay cash now, which is what I do, so I don't overspend. It's real easy to overspend on a credit card. And once my cash is gone, I'm done. So that's my reality in later in life. But you do, as a young person, need to develop a credit score. So you just need to be careful.
Do you intend to change anything about your future credit?
No, because I did stop all my credit cards and I only have a debit card and a couple of local stores, but I make sure that I don't overspend. I keep track. And I have it under control right now, which I didn't when I was younger. And so it's going well now. I'm living within my means. You don't want to go outside of your income boundaries with debt. So I think I have it pretty much organized at this point.
How has the economy affected your use on credit?
Well, the economy really slowed down, halted almost my spending, my random spending. I only purchase things that are necessary, that are needs, not wants. And the economy, I guess that's why I make sure I can always pay it off at the end of the month when that bill comes in, because I don't want to be in debt anymore. And the economy just put a real cramp on me. random spending. I'm not so free with my spending anymore.
What is your opinion on credit cards and how has it impacted your life?
I use credit cards for convenience now because I'm retired and a senior. But in my earlier days, I used credit cards to as a convenience to purchase things that I didn't have the ready cash for. But at this point, and what was the rest of the question?
How has it impacted your life? And what is your opinion on them?
The opinion is they're a useful tool, and they've impacted my life by I've used them as a convenience. That's it.
Do you intend to change anything about your future credit?
No, because once again, I'm retired and my credit has been established, and I don't have any anticipated expenses that I can't manage. So, at my point, for me, I don't have to change anything to do with my credit.
How has the economy affected your use on credit?
Unfortunately, for this interview, my answers are the same. Because I'm retired and established, my credit's been established, all my lifestyle is established, the economy hasn't affected my use of credit cards or my lifestyle at all.
What is your opinion on credit cards and how has it impacted your life?
I think credit cards can be both good and bad. For people who don't pay their credit card bills off and just let it pile up, it gets really bad. But if you pay it off in time and you develop good credit, it can help for loans in the future. But it hasn't really impacted my life a lot because I don't use my credit card very often.
And to change your credit in the future?
I don't. My credit is really good right now because I pay my statement off every single month. That way I don't build up any interest and have to pay extra money.
How has the economy affected your use on credit?
It hasn't affected my use on credit at all. I only put things on charge that I know I can pay off by the end of each month because I don't want to build up interest and I only use a credit card in order to build up good credit.